Warning! This video contains spoilers to Home Alone. So, if you haven't seen it and want to avoid spoilers, please watch it and come right back. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, it's Dallin, and look at that, Christmas is coming up soon. So, I thought this would be a perfect time to review a Christmas movie. So, what better film to do than Home Alone? Home Alone, released on November 16th, 1990, directed by Chris Columbus and starring Macaulay Culkin. This film tells the story of a kid named Kevin McCallister and his family going on a Christmas vacation to Paris, but they leave Kevin home alone and he has to protect the house from two robbers. This film grossed $476.7 million worldwide, cementing itself as one of the most iconic Christmas movies of all time. So, why not? Let's take a look at Home Alone. So the film starts off at the McCallister's house, and they're all getting ready for the big family Christmas vacation to Paris. Then we get introduced to our main character, Kevin McCallister, and we also get introduced to Kevin's mom and dad, Kate McCallister and Peter McCallister, who we'll just call Kevin's mom and dad. But then Kevin's aunt tells him to go pack his suitcase, Kevin's worst nightmare. So he goes to try and get help to pack his suitcase, but his sister calls Kevin les incompetents. After a quick trip to Google Translate, that means the incompetent. Kevin goes to his brother Buzz's room and he looks out the window and sees Old Man Marley, aka the South Bend Shovel Slayer. And apparently, back in 1958, he murdered his whole family with a shovel and he put all the bodies in a garbage can full of salt, which turned them into mummies. What a warm-hearted Christmas movie. Then, the pizza they ordered arrived and Kevin's dad talks to the police officer that was in the house. He was just wondering if they had good security because there's a lot of burglaries around the holidays. Kevin wants a plain cheese pizza, but Buzz tells him that it's gone. Then, Buzz pretends that he's gonna puke, and that was it. Kevin tackles Buzz, spilling the milk on the passports and everyone is going crazy, but Kevin's dad accidentally throws Kevin's passport away. Uncle Frank says, "Look what you did, you little jerk." Then Kevin's mom takes Kevin upstairs but stops to give the pizza man the money and talks to the police officer. He winks at Kevin, and then she takes Kevin upstairs to the third floor. Kevin says that he hopes that his family would just disappear. I hope that doesn't actually happen. But during the night, a branch falls onto the power lines, meaning there is no power. Since there were no timers to wake them up, they slept in, so now everyone has to rush. Everyone is hurrying and they did the head count and everyone is there. So they are running to the airport, but luckily they made it just in time with everything and everyone there. Wait, what? Yep, they left Kevin home alone. But how could they do that? They did the head count. Well, they accidentally counted one of their neighbors in the head count, and I guess in all the commotion, they forgot about Kevin. Kevin is looking all around the house, and obviously, no one is there. He checks in the basement and gets scared by the furnace. Don't worry, it's normal. I'm scared of furnaces too. Kevin goes to check outside and the cars are still there, so they couldn't have gone to the airport. Well, they rented vans, but Kevin doesn't know that, so he realizes that his wish came true, and he made his family disappear. So, Kevin is pumped. He's running around the house, jumping on the bed, and he goes through Buzz's stuff, finds his BB gun, and starts to shoot some action figures. Then, Kevin starts eating loads of junk food and watches a movie. Here's a quick recap. Guy walks into a store. Other guy says, "I'm going to give you the count of 10 to get out of here. 1, 2, 10, gunfire. Keep the change, you filthy animal." Kevin's mom feels the urge that they left something. I wonder who that could be. She realizes she forgot Kevin by screaming, "Kevin!" Kevin rides a sled down the stairs, and who do we see? Two robbers named Harry and Marv. But wait a minute, Harry kind of looks like that police officer. Wait, that wasn't a police officer, that was him in disguise. Harry and Marv are planning to rob Kevin's house because they think nobody's there. Uh-oh. So they go up to the house, but Kevin turns all the lights on, so they leave because they know someone is there. So Kevin is really spooked, but he realizes he's the man of the house and starts screaming, "I'm not afraid anymore." He meets the South Bend Shovel Slayer and turns out he is afraid anymore. Kevin's family is on a mission to go back to their house and get to Kevin. So they call the police and they say they're going to send a police officer to come over to the house and check on Kevin. So they come to the house, but Kevin won't answer the door. He thinks it's the South Bend Shovel Slayer. So the police officer thinks that no one is home. Kevin's dad is trying to find an airplane ride home, but everything is booked except for a flight on Friday, but they don't want to wait that long. But they say that they could get them on standby and that there's a possibility that sea will open up. So they do that, and Kevin's mom stays at the airport.
Kevin is in the bathroom, but he accidentally puts aftershave on his face, which stings, causing him to scream. Kevin is climbing Buzz's shelf, but accidentally breaks it and makes Buzz's pet tarantula escape. Harry and Marv are robbing the neighbor's house when Kevin's dad is calling them and says that they're at Paris, so now the bad guys think all of them are gone. Kevin goes to the gas station to get a toothbrush, but who walks in the gas station? The South Bend Shovel Slayer. Out of fear, Kevin runs out of the gas station without paying, and a cop notices it. He starts chasing him, but Kevin is able to get away by sliding on the ice. Yep, Kevin just committed a crime. Harry and Marv are driving out of the neighbor's house, and they were just about to hit Kevin. But then, Harry winks at Kevin, so he puts two and two together, and realizes that was the same wink that the cop gave him, so now he realized that the cop wasn't actually a cop at all. So Kevin looked at him funny, so now Harry wants to see what house he goes into, and Kevin starts running faster, and Harry says, "I knew he looked at me weird, why would he run?" I think if any kid saw a van following them, they would run. Kevin hides at the church and safely dodges the bandits. When Harry and Marv came back, he was ready. He set up a bunch of mannequins to look like there was people there. So Harry and Marv got out of there. Kevin orders a pizza, and remember that movie Kevin was watching? He uses that movie to prank the pizza guy and make him think that someone had a gun and he was shooting at him. And the pizza guy never called the cops for some reason. Kevin's mom is able to trade a bunch of stuff for tickets from somebody else and goes on her way to get Kevin. Kevin is in the bathroom and uses the aftershave on his face and screams again. He goes to the grocery store, he does the laundry, and gets over his fear of the furnace. Well, I hope I get over my fear of furnaces someday soon. Marv goes to check out the house again because it looks completely empty now. But Kevin uses the movie again to trick Marv into thinking some crazy stuff is happening in there. Kevin's mom is trying to get a flight to Chicago, but everything is booked. But somebody named Gus overhears the conversation, and he's in a group traveling to Milwaukee, and they say they could drop Kevin's mom off at Chicago on their way to Milwaukee. So Kevin's mom accepts the ride. Harry and Marv decided to stay at the house, and they spot Kevin chopping down a tree, realizing that he's home alone. Kevin looks through the window and overhears Harry saying that they will come back to rob the house at 9 o'clock. He goes to Santa's workshop and asks Santa for his family back. He goes to the church, and who approaches him? The South Bend Shovel Slayer. But he sits down next to him, and Kevin learns that he's actually a good guy. See, a couple years ago, he had a big argument with his son, and they said they didn't want to see each other, so they haven't spoken to each other since. Old Man Marley is afraid to talk to his son because he thinks he won't want to talk to him. Kevin says that he should call his son to not be afraid anymore. He runs to his house and he sets up his battle plan. He will set up a bunch of traps for the bandits, so when they come, he'll be ready. This kid can set up a bunch of dangerous traps, but acts like packing his suitcase is the end of the world. With his traps all set up, he goes to eat his dinner, but then the clock turns to 9 o'clock. Harry and Marv go to the back door, and they're thinking Kevin is just going to let them in. But Kevin pokes a BB gun through the doggy door and shoots Harry in the groin. Marv sticks his head through the doggy door, and he gets shot as well. Yeah, when I said traps, I meant bullets to the head. They make a plan that Harry's going to go through the front door, and Marv's going to go through the basement. So, Harry walks up to the front door, but he slips on the stairs. Marv goes to the basement, and he slips down the stairs as well. Harry goes up the stairs, and he slips again. Marv opens the basement door and steps in. He pulls the pull cord, and an iron falls right on top of his face. Harry walks up the stairs and touches the door handle, but it's burning hot. Marv walks up the stairs with tar on them, so he has to take his shoes off. But then, he steps on a needle. Kevin, what are these traps? Harry goes to the back door again, and he gets a blowtorch right to the head. Good thing there's snow everywhere. Harry busts through the door, and he steps into a room and gets sticky paper on his face, and feathers get blasted onto him. Marv decides to go through the window, but steps on a bunch of ornaments. Harry and Marv meet up, and they slip on a bunch of toy cars. Marv gets a paint can thrown onto his face, and so does Harry. Kevin is luckily able to call the cops. Harry trips on some string, but Marv grabs Kevin's leg. Kevin reaches for Buzz's tarantula and puts it on Marv's face. Kevin ziplines to the treehouse, so Harry and Marv have to shimmy across the rope. But Kevin pulls out some hedge clippers, cuts the rope, and Harry and Marv fall on the ground. Kevin runs to the neighbor's house, but Harry and Marv followed him there. Harry's about to bite off Kevin's finger when Old Man Marley saves the day by hitting Harry and Marv in the head with a shovel. Maybe he was the South Bend Shovel Slayer after all. The cops come and arrest Harry and Marv, and Kevin goes to bed hoping that Santa got him what he wanted, his family back. Kevin wakes up on Christmas Day and goes downstairs and sees his mom finally came back. They hug, and then the rest of the family comes back. They took the morning flight that Kevin's mom didn't want to wait for. Everyone is so happy that they're finally back home when Kevin looks outside his window and sees that old man Marley got to meet his son again. Then the movie ends with Buzz screaming, "Kevin, what did you do to my room?" And that was Home Alone. After watching it, I can definitely say that this is 100% a Christmas classic. But what about my rating? Remember, this is just my opinion, but I think this is it. I'll say 5 stars. I seriously have no flaws about this movie. The music, the jokes, the story, Macaulay Culkin's performance as Kevin, all of it is perfect. Not only is it the best Christmas movie, but I think this is the best film ever made. On that note, let's move on to 4 fun facts about Home Alone. Here, I will share 4 fun facts about the movie, and you might even learn something pretty cool. Anyways, let's get right into it. Number 4. Remember that scene where Harry almost bites off Kevin's finger? Well, when they were practicing the scene, he actually bit his finger, and the actor still has a scar on his finger from where he bit him. Number 3. Before Joe Pesci took on the role of playing Harry, the production team had its eyes on Robert De Niro, but according to Columbus, the actor was never seriously considered taking the role. Number 2. Most people know that Macaulay Culkin played Kevin McCallister, but did you know that his actual real-life brother, Kieran Culkin, played Fowler? And finally, number 1. The McCallister house is actually a place that you can visit, but not only can you look at it, but you can actually rent it on Airbnb and stay there for a night. It's located in Winnetka, Illinois, and the fact that you can actually stay at the house just goes to show how much people loved this film. And that was my review of Home Alone. And honestly, I probably had the most fun doing a review on this movie than I had on any other review before. Also, what movie you would like me to do a review on next? Comment it down below and I might just do it. But anyways, Merry Christmas, and I gotta go to bed because tonight, Santa is going to come. The next morning. It's Christmas! Let's go see what Santa got me!